Hey guys, Thunderstruck MTB here. Today we're looking at part 2 review of my DT Swiss XMC 1501 wheel set. These are 29s mounted on my Santa Cruz Chameleon. I now have 216 miles on them since my previous part 1 sort of first look and first thoughts of them. These are my first ever carbon rims ever in my life, and they took a little bit of getting used to. I have settled on 21 psi in the front, 24 psi in the back on my Specialized ground control grid T7 29235 tires. They are definitely more responsive. That's the word I have come up with over these 200 plus miles, is the bike is more responsive in every situation. The initial harshness that I felt, removing a PSI from both wheels, definitely helped. And of course, you kind of get used to everything as you get used to everything. So I'm not babysitting them in any way, shape, or form, but I am monitoring them because I've never had a set of wheels this nice before. Meaning that I wash my bike about every third ride, so about every week and a half. Wheels come off the bike, and when they come off the bike, before I put them on, they are going to my truing stand, and I'm just checking true and just checking spoke tension. And 216 miles, I'm 210 pounds, 6 foot, on a hardtail in the Southern California high desert. Definitely not easy on these, and spoke tensions haven't changed a bit, and true, both laterally and radially, has not changed a bit. They are rock solid. That's pretty cool. Even the wheels that I've hand built, other people with good reputations, Colorado cyclists have hand built, I've usually had to go back in at about the 50, 60, 70 mile mark and do one sort of tune-up, we'll call it, and then they're pretty much good to go. These are so far just absolutely rock solid. I went ahead and it was real loud. Go check my first video out, part 1, and see what you think of the rear hub. And I saw a video, I think it's called Rides of Japan, where he was doing some maintenance on his, and I went ahead and took off, cleaned my free hub, and I put the usual grease in, with the exception of where the single ratchet mounts and lives inside of the free hub itself. I packed that part with more grease. Not the faces of each ratchet, no, but the outside part. I just put more grease in there, and it has really seemed to quiet down, which I like. So here's the new sound. This has about 5 rides on it. So here you go. This is the new sound compared to the first sound. So if you go back and look at that sound compared to my part 1 video, it dramatically reduced the metallic tinging noise. Again, just by sort of the outside part of the ratchet where it mates up against the actual free hub. I just put a lot more grease on that outside part than the usual light grease on the faces of them, and it's been perfect. So that was kind of nice. Some facts, I guess. I have done 4 PRs since I've had these. Now, all 4 PRs are on longer, flowier sort of trails. Longer for me is like a 4.5 to 7 minute long segment, and kind of flowy. So just ups and downs and flows, some pedal sections, things like that. No sustained grunt climbs and no gnarly downhills. And I've got the PRs on them, and a lot of the times I wasn't even trying. So is that these wheels flowing that much better through that and picking up speed and holding speed better? I don't know, man. I'm just telling you the facts of what the stopwatch says. I really hope that they would help me get up one of my major climbs, just getting to where I ride. It's called the Grunt. It's called the Grunt for a reason, and it's a long, sustained brute of a climb. and it's either second gear, third gear, all the way up, and these wheels have not helped in a damn any way. My 210 pounds is still 210 pounds, oddly enough, and my times range all over the place to sometimes just over 9 minutes to sometimes over 12, depending on the day. But the other stuff, the flowy stuff, PRs. So I like the way they feel. Again, still not earth-shaking. If you're on the fence on carbon wheels and you have the money to spend and it's a really good deal, go for it. If you're a racer, obviously, I'm not talking to the racers out there, just talking to us, you know, mere mortals, the weekend warriors. Go in with expectations maybe better than I had of these being life-altering, because they certainly are not life-altering, and as long as you have a decent wheel set before, you're probably going to see subtle changes much like I have. But the fact that they are retaining tension in the spokes and haven't gone out of true and are now making no weird creaking noises. I was a little concerned with the competition race spokes because they're thinner than regular competitions of hauling my big butt around. And I was a little concerned with maybe spokes tinging and spokes loading up as you climb and brake heavy and making noises. Nothing at all. The EXP hub has a more positive feel than does the standard 2 ratchet hub. It's just different the way they engage. It's different, it's more positive the way the 36 points engage compared to my 350 hub with its 36 points. I know that sounds ridiculous. I can only say it feels more positive. And yeah, that's about it. So no battle scars. They've held up real well. I've heard a couple of not rock strikes as in too low a pressure, but the rocks, me running over the edge of a rock and it flinging up sideways, and then, you know, hitting against the side there, and nothing. No battle scars. They seem to be really stout. So we'll see how they hold up. But as for a second midterm review, that should be long after the time that I've had to do any bit of truing, any bit of tune-ups. These have not needed a spoke wrench in any way, shape, or form, which for me, in my experience, certainly is the first time. So I think that speaks pretty high to build quality. So other than that, guys, if you have any questions, throw them in the comments there. But so far, so good. I'll probably do another video here when I near 1,000 miles, and we'll see how they're holding up. But so far, so good. Just be realistic on your expectations of how these will transform your bike. Just be realistic. I probably wasn't going in. I was probably a little more optimistic than realistic. Anyway, there you go, guys. I hope you found this video useful. And again, thank you for watching. See ya.